bitch. It's a rich woman summer, bitch. You better get outside.
See this hair's
Get
hot over
that
here.
paper, bitch.
You better get
We
it.
ain't crying about shit.
don't let
You
it
just
get
better
you.
go on the street and play ball, bitch.
Ball.
Is y'all okay?
With no court. You
You hear me? Street ball, bitch. Like we used to do back in the day. I'm talking about ball.
To find out more about the shooting death of a woman whose body was found in a Kansas City, Missouri parking lot.
KBC 9's Krista Tatchell is learning more about her life from those who are devastated by her death.
It's 4 in the morning in Kansas City, and a woman is lying in a parking lot outside an auto parts store. Not a dark alley, not some abandoned building, a parking lot in a spot dozens of people had just walked through hours before. Her name was Kierra McGee. Some of you might have seen the videos she used to post. She opened almost every one of them the exact same way. Key to the city. That was her thing. Her whole vibe. And now that same nickname is echoing across social media for a completely different reason. Before we get into this one, if you're new here, welcome to Shadow Crime. This channel exists because these stories deserve to be told right, with facts, not rumors. So if you want to stay updated as this case develops, hit subscribe and tap that bell, because cases like this change fast, sometimes within hours. And I don't want you missing the moment we get real answers for Kierra. Her family is asking questions right now that nobody has answered yet, and honestly, the least we can do is pay attention. So let's talk about who she actually was, because before this became a headline, she was somebody's daughter, somebody's friend, somebody a lot of people looked up to. Kierra McGee was 35 years old. People who knew her called her Key. And if you ever came across her online, you'd understand why almost instantly. She built something real for herself, more than 20,000 people following her, watching her, rooting for her. Her parents describe her as a go-getter, a self-promoter, a music entertainer who was always doing something, always chasing the next thing, always pushing toward the positive side of life. Friends who knew her personally called her a force of nature, not in a dramatic, exaggerated way. In the way people talk about someone who fills a room the second they walk into it. And that's actually the part that makes this so hard to sit with. Because in the hours after her death, her mother, Belinda Ayers, said something that stopped a lot of people in their tracks. She said she started getting calls from all over the country. Las Vegas, Detroit, St. Louis, New York, people she had never even met, calling to tell her how much her daughter meant to them. Belinda said, and I'm going to say this the way she said it, because it deserves to be said exactly like this. I didn't realize how much this city loves my daughter. I never realized my baby had an impact on people like she does. Think about that for a second. A mother finding out just how far her child's light reached. In the same moment, she's mourning that light being taken away. That's who Kierra McGee was. Now, let's talk about what happened to her.
To find out more about the shooting death of a woman whose body was found in a Kansas City, Missouri parking lot.
KBC 9's Krista Tatchell is learning more about her life from those who are devastated by her death.
Kierra McGee, also known as Key, died here Sunday. Now friends are remembering her, how they loved her, and they want her killer found.
She gonna tell you, I love you. Every time she see you, she gonna embrace you and let you feel her energy so that you know it's real. She was living life in full blast. Like, she lived her life as people would have wanted to, out loud. Out loud.
Friends say Kansas City performer Kierra McGee, known as Key, could do it all.
She mastered everything she put her hand on. She could do it. She could rap, she could act, and she wasn't afraid of life. That's what I'm saying. If there was something that could be done, she was gonna do it.
Just from what I came from, just my story, my peoples, my fallen, my soldiers that's no longer here. That's my motivation.
Sunday around 4 a.m., McGee was in a parking lot near a club where she worked. Police say a large crowd gathered, gunfire blasted, and McGee died. She had just been with her friend at a bar near 18th and Vine.
I guess when God is calling you, you gotta go.
No one else was hurt. Police are looking for suspects.
I hope that everybody gets their justice in whatever way.
Krista Tatchell, KBC 9 News.
If you have information or video from the shooting, call the Crime Stoppers Tips Hotline. That's 816-474-TIPS.
It happened in the early hours of Sunday, August 2nd. Just before 4 in the morning, calls started coming into police about gunfire near Independence Avenue and Van Brunt Boulevard, right on the northeast side of Kansas City. Now, here's something that a lot of people don't know about this case, and I think it matters A Jackson County Sheriff's deputy happened to be nearby when the shots rang out. He heard it happening in real time and responded immediately, getting to the scene before other first responders even arrived. When officers got there, they found Kierra unresponsive in the parking lot of an O'Reilly auto parts store, not inside a business, not in a private space, out in the open in a public parking lot where anyone driving by could see. EMS was called, and despite everyone's effort, she was pronounced dead right there at the scene. Now, I want you to sit with this next detail for a second, because it's the piece of this case that honestly disturbs me the most. Police believe there were as many as a few dozen people present when the shooting happened. Not 2 or 3 witnesses. Not a handful of bystanders. Dozens of people, which means dozens of people potentially saw something, heard something, or know something about what led up to those shots being fired. And yet, as of right now, investigators are still asking the public to come forward. Still waiting for someone to talk. Doesn't that feel strange to you? A woman with a following of over 20,000 people, someone who clearly had an impact wherever she went, is killed in front of what could be dozens of witnesses. And the silence afterward is deafening. No one has come forward yet with the answers her family desperately needs. So what actually led up to this? According to preliminary information from police, Kierra was in that parking lot with an unknown number of other people when one or more suspects opened fire. That's it. That's what we currently know about the moments right before her death. No confirmed argument, no confirmed motive, no confirmed relationship between her and whoever pulled the trigger. And that gap, that missing piece, is exactly where this case currently sits. Homicide detectives and crime scene investigators didn't waste time. They were out there canvassing the area, talking to anyone willing to talk, and pulling surveillance footage from nearby businesses, trying to piece together exactly what happened in those final moments before 4 a.m. But here's where it gets frustrating, and I think you're going to feel this frustration with me. As of the most recent update, no suspect information has been released. No name, no description, no arrest. The motive behind the shooting remains completely unknown to the public, which brings us to the question everyone in Kansas City seems to be asking right now. In a city where dozens of people were reportedly standing feet away when the gunfire started, why is nobody talking?
It's new at 9. The parents of a woman shot and killed yesterday morning are remembering her tonight. Kierra McGee died after being shot near Independence Avenue in Van Brunt. Fox 4's Kirsten Stokes live downtown at Kansas City Police Headquarters, where the investigation to find a suspect is underway. Kirsten?
Yeah, that's right, John. Kierra's family says that she was creative, somebody who walked in the room and everybody knew who she was, and she would light up that room. And so I spoke with the family today to talk about her life and the legacy that Kierra leaves behind.
Everybody say she was the key, and I didn't realize how much this city loves my daughter. I've been getting calls all over, Vegas, Detroit, St. Louis, just New York. And I didn't realize my baby had an impact on people like she do.
The key to the city, a nickname Kierra McGee's circle knows her by, a name fitting for an ambitious woman, according to her parents, Kenneth and Belinda, and the 20,000 people who follow her so closely on social media. Kierra, 33, lost her life early Sunday morning in a shooting.
For me to lose my daughter, my world is crushed.
The shooting took place on Independence Avenue in Van Brunt, just across the street from the KCFD Station 23. The initial investigation shows McGee had been in the parking lot with an unknown number of people when one or more suspects began shooting. Her parents say she was headed to a birthday party for one of her friends when she was caught in the crossfire.
That day, we FaceTime. Mama, look at my outfit. I'm going to my friend's birthday because she was the life of the party. Then I get a call an hour later. It wasn't a good call, and I'm devastated. I'm angry as hell.
Her mother was the first person to get a call that Kierra had passed, and when she arrived on the scene, she says an ambulance never came. Roslyn Temple, with Mothers in Charge, says the violence needs to end.
All this young people dying and young people causing the freaking harm on the taking lives. We're going to either hold the parents accountable.
According to KCPD, the highest factor for homicides in Kansas City is arguments, and Temple says that has to stop.
We should have been outraged. Every time it's a homicide, we need to come back and protest in numbers like today.
For now, Kierra's family is comforted in the fact that so many people supported their daughter, and they say her ambition and leadership is something they will always carry on.
She's a go-getter, self-promoter, music, entertain, anything you want to do, she's doing it. Like anything toward the positive side, she was everything for it. She was alive.
So, John, again, this just happened less than 48 hours ago. So, of course, that investigation is still continuing. I got in contact with the public information officer for KCPD today, and they say that there are no further updates.
Now let's talk about the bigger picture here, because this case isn't happening in isolation. According to the Kansas City Police Department, arguments are currently the leading cause of homicides in the city this year. As it stands, 37 out of 75 total homicides in 2026 have stemmed from arguments. Read that again. 37 out of 75. That's nearly half of every homicide this year. Starting from something that could have just been a disagreement, a moment of tension, words exchanged that never should have escalated the way they did. Is that what happened to Kierra? We genuinely don't know yet. But it's part of the pattern this city is grappling with right now, and it's worth understanding as we wait for real answers in her case specifically. A police spokesperson addressed this directly, speaking not just about Kierra's case, but about the wave of violence the city is dealing with. The message was blunt. Suspects need to turn themselves in. And if they don't, police made it clear they're not backing down. One officer put it plainly, saying they know who these people are, and they're giving them a window to come forward before authorities come get them themselves. That's a serious statement. And it tells you something about where this investigation currently stands behind the scenes, even if the public details are still limited. Meanwhile, Kierra's parents are left holding something heavier than answers. They're holding grief, mixed with an outpouring of love from people they never expected to hear from. Her mother said it best. She wants people to remember her daughter not for how she died, but for how many lives she touched while she was here, through her art, her music, and what people are calling an infectious personality. But here's where I want to leave this with you, because this case is still wide open. If dozens of people were standing in that parking lot when the shots were fired, what is keeping them silent right now? Is it fear? Loyalty? Are they protecting someone? Or are they simply afraid of becoming the next headline themselves? And if arguments really are driving nearly half of the city's homicides this year, what does that say about how quickly ordinary conflict is turning fatal in Kansas City right now? Kierra McGee opened her videos with 3 words: key to the city. Tonight, this city owes her family the one thing they don't have yet: the truth. If this case affected you the way it affected me while researching it, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss the moment new information comes out on this one. Because I promise you, the second there's an update, we'll be the first to bring it to you here on Shadow Crime.